what to do. There's caffeine on the house, it's active, radioactive. Loving you felt like dying on the operating table, like climbing a ladder till I give up and fall. Like the anesthesia didn't work, and I feel the creation of every scar. Like a movie I'm chained to.
Wait, really quick, guys, I have to tell you about my GoFundMe for my music career. I have a GoFundMe for my music career starting from $0, raising money for ads to grow my audience and to reach record labels. If things grow, then I will eventually be using that money to turn my YouTube demos into full professional real recordings, and help me to go as far as possible. I bet if you guys will do your best to help me and to invest, you guys could probably turn me into the biggest pop star in the world. It's just going to really depend on how much you guys are willing and able to help me, so please do what you can to help, and I love you. Mwah. Bye.
I have 1 penny to buy this iced coffee, but this is everything you gave me. How did you know the gum on the ground was yours if you've never seen it before? There are no refunds for this part of me. Don't forget where you were when we met. I wanted to be liquidated, but they haven't found me yet. I'll spell it out for you when I'm free. There's disrespect in the water and the liquor can. You know what, guys? Wait. Okay. Did you get that? Did you get all of that? I hope so. You should be trying way harder. I don't know at what, but you know. Okay? You know what you haven't given all of yourself to. That wouldn't be that hard. You know. You know. You know. Okay? This is some kind of mac and cheese. Okay? Okay. Anyway, guys. Your tarantula. Me. Got a job. At McDonald's. Which is pretty good. Because guess what? I went there. They basically, you like schedule the interview over text. There weren't a lot of questions, okay? So, application, you send them your resume. Then they send you a text saying you meet the minimum qualifications because you had a resume. So that's the only part you have to like kind of sit there and do. You have to like type it. You have to be like, oh, I had this job from this year to that year. You know what I mean? And then this other job from like this year to that year. But don't worry. You're not doing a paper resume for it, or you're not doing like a PDF or whatever. You go into, what is it called? Oh, just their applications. You go into their application, okay? And you type your resume in, but it's only like 3 questions. And you can only add like 3 jobs you've ever had. Okay? Because they're not expecting that you have to have had like 70 jobs. Or that it had to have been like 20 years at one or something. You know what I mean? They're kind of not like doing it that way at the moment. I don't know what you guys got. But also this is a franchise location, so damn, I hope they're all over the globe. I hope this isn't the only franchise location on the planet, because then I would be telling you guys like my like might as well drop a little like pin for like exact location. Like, you didn't hear that, okay? It's me who you love, not who you think you love. We'll start there. Okay? Okay. So, nobody's gonna show up and, like, murder me, you know? It's just me who you love, not the person you think you love. Okay? So, okay, so you type, don't do like a paper resume unless you already have it, whatever, because you can't attach a file. So like, don't waste your time. Just do, it's like only 3 questions because, well, it's 3 questions per job, okay? I think the first question is just like, what was your job title? 90% of jobs, you just put associate. If you were not a manager, you just put associate. At a call center, you can put associate. At, or telemarketer, but like, nobody cares about those. So those are get like abused by everybody. So like, maybe you don't want to put like telemarketer because they're gonna be like, they're gonna punch you in the face. Like, they're gonna be like, oh, finally one of these, you know? So just put associate, if you had that, you know? Okay. If you ever had like a restaurant job, you could put associate. If you had a fast food job, you could put associate. Because guess what? They don't care. But also, if you never had a job, they might still hire you. You might just have to skip over that part and just do good on the rest of it. I just know for me, it was super easy because I've had like jobs before. And that pretty much is like the minimum requirements. But again, like I'm sure they hire a lot of people who maybe haven't had jobs before and stuff. So if you're like young and you haven't had a job, it doesn't mean like you can't go there. I think just like do your best, you know? But I think if you had jobs before, you get the job. So, or I don't know what you have to do to not get the job. That would be like, your specialty is like not getting jobs if you discover that you didn't get that one, okay? Only because it was so fast, so easy. Essentially. Was kind of the vibe, I don't know. Maybe because it's a franchise location, they're like, we need people. I don't know if they don't get some people, or maybe they do. Maybe they get a lot of people and they just say yes to everybody. I don't know yet. I haven't started. So maybe it's good, maybe it's not, but like, I haven't started. So, you know. Oh yeah, they give me a free water like every place does, but I'm always so grateful for the free water because I'm like, you know, what am I supposed to do? Ask if the water's free or just ask for a water? I never know what to do with that part, you know? Because why would I pay for water? But like, water's always free, you know? But what if one day it's not and I don't know? I don't have any money. I think I have like negative $70 again? I don't know. My bank, Achieva, I'll have like a $0 account. They start adding fees to something. I don't know to what. Maybe I had like it went to like a $1 overdraft or something. How? I didn't buy anything. And then they want to charge like an overdraft fee, but Achieva doubles your overdraft fee like every few weeks. Oh, whatever it is. But the overdraft fee, it starts as like the overdraft amount. It's not like, oh, we want to add like a tax on that or something. It's like, okay, it starts with your overdraft amount. Then we're going to double that in like 3 weeks. Still don't have a job, still don't have money. We're going to double that again. And then you're like, what do I do? But don't worry. It's not going to go up to being like the price of college with how many times they double it, because they're actually going to call you and ask if you're dead because they're assuming somebody else is going to answer the phone. Anyway, Achieva's weird. Achieva's not feeling friendly. I don't know. Achieva's feeling oddly threatening. Want to check if I'm dead again. Like, want to call my personal number to find out if I'm dead again. Okay. But also, most people maybe don't have like negative dollars, so they don't have to find out. So they have happy customers because nobody has no money. Which I guess is what the bank wants. I don't know. How is a bank gonna expect you to have money, but they don't have options for you to make money like through them? Like not getting a job there, but like other ways. You're gonna expect me to come in with the money? The bank isn't just where the money comes from. Like you're gonna like expect me to provide the money for you. You're just gonna store it. You're gonna hold it. You're gonna like do your job. You're not like inventing places the money could come from. Hold them accountable for nothing. Feel bad about it later, okay? In 30 years. That's philosophy. That's how you know you're doing a good job. Okay, so the next thing that happens at the McDonald's interview process, it was very short. For the interview, I talked about like one job that I've had before. So I just talked about Chick-fil-A. And then the manager was so surprised that I worked in like the back of the house there because I did both, but I just did both, like, it was like alternating like every day. Like I pretty much did them both equally. But I guess, I don't know. He was like, okay, you don't seem like that, but that's nice as long as you don't call in sick. And that was like the whole interview. So it was kind of easy, which, you know. I mean, I know it's fast food, but Chick-fil-A felt like a way more like threatening interview for some reason. Chick-fil-A was very all about like, oh, you were homeschooled. Like, why were you homeschooled? Like, how did that start? I was like, that is a great question for my mother. But I don't know. Like, that was sort of how Chick-fil-A was. So, depends, you know. They do, you know. And then when I worked at Sam's Club, the manager was so surprised that I had ever worked at Chick-fil-A. But then he was like, oh, I guess they do. Like, I guess they do sometimes hire, like, homeschooled people. Like, they're really good about that because, like, most companies don't. And then I was like, okay, yeah, right. I'm just supposed to, like, remember that I just might not be able to have a job for the rest of my life because I was homeschooled. I'm just supposed to, like, keep in mind that any of these places at any moment could just say no and just, like, change their mind about me because of that. Like, at any moment, like, I'm just supposed to, like, remember that, like, they might change their mind about whether or not they're okay with the fact that I was, like, homeschooled. Even though none of these places require, like, a math degree to do it. You know what I mean? Like, they're not like, what's 8 times 8? You know what I mean? I don't know. 60-something, right? Maybe not. But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. No, I swear I probably have another personality in the back of my brain that's, like, amazing at math. I just forget about it or something like. I feel like I've said things where I just accidentally got the right answer. Like, a lot, but I just, like, don't, like, know when it's, like, what's the answer. Anyway. Oh. Life be so good. You know what, dude? Not having Instagram anymore has already made my life better. Way less stressful, way less wasted time. You know what? I like TikTok because Instagram feels like it's all about, like, the photo. Like, looking at a photo of what? A Kardashian's butt? What am I supposed to be looking at? That's all I was doing. Zoom in, see if they, like, edited it. Like, biggest waste of time. I like TikTok because you scroll and it's like, oh, educational, Trump is bombing somebody. You're like, oh. You keep scrolling. Oh, Trump has this other victim. You're like, oh. Scroll. Like, what? like what? What is our planet? You know, you kind of have to, like, have philosophical, like, moments with yourself where you're like, oh, I guess that would be weird for the president to do. Oh, I guess that would also be weird for the president to do. Like, reality check, you know. Honestly, you want to know what's so weird? Oh, wait, did I tell you guys? Oh, yeah, so basically what happened, you do have to remember this for, like, if you go to McDonald's for a job, okay? Like, be free the day of the interview that you choose, because guess what? For, like, probably a lot of the day, because I'll tell you what happened. So, set off on the journey. Okay, my interview was scheduled for 10 a.m. because they just text you, like, okay, pick your interview day and time. There's, like, 3 options, okay? You have to choose one of the 3 options, okay? So you pick off this list. So I was like, 10 a.m. seems a normal time of day. Like, we're just gonna go with that. I think one was like 9 a.m. and the other one was noon, so they're not like weird, but like I was like, 10 a.m. is like kind of chill. Okay, not so early that I'm like, why am I awake? But not so late that I feel like the day's over. Okay. So I was like, okay, like I could do that. Okay, show up for the interview, walk inside, be like, hey, I have an interview. Here's my legal name. What is my interview? Or whatever. What do I do? They're like, they're like, oh. Well, the first guy was like, it's my first day, I don't know. And then, at least that makes it like, looks like they're hiring, you know? But then, he's like, let me ask somebody. He went and asked somebody. Okay, that person comes up, they're like, oh, yeah, like, the manager, like, he doesn't really do interviews in the morning, like, I don't really know where you got 10 a.m. from, like, but maybe we can get you in around between, like, 3:30 and 4:30, just come back. So, that's what I did. But guess what? I went to my house, took a very long nap in between the times. Honestly, the nap was kind of scary because it was just a dream about McDonald's that made me scared of working there. Actually, now that I think about it, I've been having dreams about myself working at McDonald's for a long time, but it was always just like fun, like not weird, but it was always like, you know, I don't know. So it was always me like wearing really nice makeup, which I guess. Not even like, oh, I have like an eyeliner, you know what I mean? But I was like, okay. So, but, and then I'm like meeting coworkers, but that's like the whole thing. It's like the introduction, like first day. I've been having a dream of like the first day of me working at McDonald's for a while, okay? For a long time. But like, I was like, okay, like all the time of my life, I was like, well, I just don't work at McDonald's. So like the fact that I even, you know what I mean? I was like, okay, like I'm just busy. Can't be there right now. Like, so wait, do I have chopstick? No. I just randomly wanted it. Okay. Wait, so the dream that I had about McDonald's was like a future like timeline end of the world themed dream, but it was like hospitals are evil. Why? Because of McDonald's. Like, it was so confusing. So I woke up like, should I not work there? I'm not. I know. It's giving more so apocalypse. It was this weird like cows getting ground up for beef, like meat grinder dream. I was like, what? Should I not work there? Is this okay? You know, it was just a weird dream, and I was like, okay, it's not a sign from the universe, because I'm actually very excited to work there. And so then I did. Like, I just still went to the interview and stuff, but I thought about it. Because I was like, what is that dream? I thought about it. It was a weird, like, science lab dream and stuff. I thought about it. I was like, oh, well, actually, this sounds very interesting. I'm not gonna not go. That was like an advertisement. But like, what is this about? Oh, I just thought about how Chick-fil-A is so branded to like save the cows, and it's all like eat more chicken. Wait, this one time I worked at Chick-fil-A, and then I called somebody a chicken, but I didn't mean it. And I just realized that that's what it might have sounded like it meant. That's not what I meant. I meant like, oh, you're like a chicken, like you're like scared to like do what you want to do. You know what I mean? Like you know how what's it called in Back to the Future, the bully is like, you're a chicken, and then the main character gets so like riled up that now he wants to like physically fight him. That I didn't mean like, oh, like chickens get cooked too, like you're a chicken. Like, I did not mean that. But like now I'm realizing, you know what I mean? I think I've been calling people chickens for a long time, just because like I wanted to be like the movie. Like, the movies are cool. Like, I don't know. I wanted to, like, make people feel like they need to stand up for themselves and they need to go after what they want so much that they do it and that they're, like, passionate. Even though it kind of sounds mean, actually. But, like, I don't mean it in, like, a mean way. But, like, I realized that during the time I worked at Chick-fil-A, I called somebody a chicken. And that's, I just now, again, realized that's, like, not what I meant. If it was thought of in that context. But also, anything can be thought of at any context at any time. What? Anything can be any context. Like, people are gonna look at you and be like, oh, this means that, and then that means that, and that means that, and that means that. And you're like, huh? Like, I'm pretty sure. Even after you said that, I'm pretty sure I still know myself better than you do, but that doesn't mean that I know that I do. So now I'm confused, because now I believe you. Anyway. I love you guys. That's the story. Mwah. What was that anime laugh? I could do way better than that though. That didn't sound like a real, like, anime. Like, well, maybe it did. Voice acting. Wait, imagine. You know how the CEO of McDonald's went viral? I hope I go viral, then meet the CEO of McDonald's, then he can introduce me to the CEO of Netflix, and then I could get my voice acting career that I never tried to start off the ground. Okay, anyway, I love you guys. Plan big, I don't know, but who knows. I love you. Mwah. Bye.
They can't tell me what to do. There's caffeine on the house, it's active, radioactive. Loving you felt like dying on the operating table, like climbing a ladder till I give up and fall. Like the anesthesia didn't work, and I feel the creation of every scar. Like a movie I'm chained to.
Wait, really quick, guys, I have to tell you about my GoFundMe for my music career. I have a GoFundMe for my music career starting from $0, raising money for ads to grow my audience and to reach record labels. If things grow, then I will eventually be using that money to turn my YouTube demos into full professional real recordings, and help me to go as far as possible. I bet if you guys will do your best to help me and to invest, you guys could probably turn me into the biggest pop star in the world. It's just going to really depend on how much you guys are willing and able to help me, so please do what you can to help, and I love you. Mwah. Bye.
I have 1 penny to buy this iced coffee, but this is everything you gave me. How did you know the gum on the ground was yours if you've never seen it before? There are no refunds for this part of me. Don't forget where you were when we met. I wanted to be liquidated, but they haven't found me yet. I'll spell it out for you when I'm free. There's disrespect in the water and the